Thanks for watching my live stream. Today I'm not going to Disney. I'm going to be home, but I did want to do a 4th of July look. So I'm going to be kind of experimenting with that. We'll see how it goes. And then there's also some new things I wanted to try. Just 2 new things. I have a little eye primer from Urban Decay, a little sample that I got at Beauty World that I want to try, so we're going to be trying that out. But I'm excited to do the 4th of July look. We'll see how it comes out. I have an idea of how it's gonna look, but we will see. So as always, my face is always prepped already. So usually I go in with sunscreen next. I'm gonna skip that step because there's a Shiseido out today. So I'll be filming that. It's supposed to be able to go over your makeup without disrupting it. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. I'm skeptical, but we shall see. It's like a $40 sunscreen, so it should do what it says. The rep said that you could go over your makeup and it won't disrupt it. So I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so my face has been primed already. I mean, like with skincare. We're gonna go in with primer next. I'm gonna be trying, where, if I can find it, in here somewhere. We're gonna be going in with the Milk, the Hydro Grip Primer. I haven't really used this. I have heard good things about it, but then I've also heard that it makes people break out. So we'll see. That's what I'm using right now. We're gonna go in with a little primer. And I'm just gonna go in with a little bit. This is a little sample that I got from Beauty World, actually. I'm gonna be using more Beauty World stuff. And then I'm gonna bring that primer real close to my under eye. And just gliding that on. And then we'll let that dry down. It's already sticky, you can kind of see, which is what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to be sticky. So let that dry down for a little bit. I am gonna go in with eyelid primer next. And I am gonna be using a little deluxe sample size of the Urban Decay, because if you guys watch my live streams, you guys know that I'm looking for another eyelid primer, because my favorite one is discontinued. So it comes out pretty nude, feels lightweight. And then I always bring my eyelid primer up. And then I always do a little bit down here now. I didn't used to, but I feel like this really does help with the creasing, and it makes sense. I mean, it's supposed to keep your eyelid makeup in place, so why would it not work for your under eye makeup as well? So now that that's done, let's go in. We're gonna do full coverage today. I don't usually, if you guys watch my live streams, you guys know that I'm not really a full coverage girly. But like I said, doing some new things today. Today's just a fun day. and I'm not really going anywhere. David and I have dinner plans tonight. So I kind of do need this makeup to stay, which is why I'm using the Hydro Grip. I don't really typically like how full coverage looks on me. So I don't ever do full coverage. Okay. There's a little hair right here. Okay. So that's done. I should have done my eye makeup first since I am going to be playing around with it, but it's too late now. I already have the foundation on. Okay, so I do want to do like a red, white, and blue theme, kind of playing around. With the 4th of July makeup. So I'm gonna go in with shade Roxy from Urban Decay on the bottom. This is super bright blue. I really like this shade. We're gonna do that. And some of that. And then for eyeshadow, I kind of want to do red and white. Let's see. Let's lay down a base first. So I'm gonna take a fluffy brush. And then just go in with this base right here. And then just lightly dust. Okay. And then this color palette I probably actually will use again, so I'll put that to the side. So I do have a few options for red. I think I'm probably gonna go in with another ColourPop. We're gonna go in with I Am the Master, that one right there. I'm gonna use a different brush to apply that one. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of a flatter brush. So using this one, gonna pick up a little bit of that red. And press it right in the center. Okay. Now let's do the other side. I think this side needs a little bit more. Okay, and then now I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna pick up some of this silver right there. And then before I do that, I always dust off the excess just on my hand, whatever red was left over. And then for the silver, I'm actually gonna use the other side of that brush, so it's a little bit finer, so you can be a little bit more precise. As I was thinking about the eye look I was gonna do today, I was thinking about what outfit I can wear to go with it. Because it's like, it's gonna be very like patriotic. It's gonna be very red, white, and blue. And I really don't have any, I don't have any red dresses. And I don't have any blue dresses. I have one red dress, but it's not like, it's kind of more like a corally red. Which I guess can work with this look, maybe. So we'll see. Okay, it's coming along. I'm gonna put a little bit here on the lid. And then to blend, I'll kind of just go back and forth to kind of like ombre it in a little bit. Okay. Okay, we're getting places. Now the blue is going to be a little bit trickier because I don't have a really bright blue. So we're gonna go in with the Ciate. We're gonna try this one right here, see how that one looks. But since I already laid down my foundation, which was a mistake, I should have done my eye look first and then foundation second. I have a little playing card here, which I use sometimes when I do this mistake. Okay, so I picked up a little blue and I'm gonna lay it like right where my eye ends and then just where my eyebrow ends. And I'm gonna place my shadow there and start bringing it to the front or to the center of my face. So if you're gonna use this method, you pretty much have to know where you're gonna put your makeup. And then you're gonna have a little line right there from the playing card. I pressed it in a little deep. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. This side's always trickier to do for me because the angles are awkward. So again, I'm gonna put it on the corner and then just a little bit past the end of my brow. I'm actually gonna pick up a little bit more of the eyeshadow. Okay, we'll see how that looks. Yeah, see this side always, it's tricky. This side's a little bit harder for me to do. Okay, I'm scared to mess with this side too much, because then I'm gonna end up messing it up, and it's okay right now. Okay. I may come back to that later and fix it. See, I always crease right there. Happens every time. Okay. Now for upper brow, I wish I had, the silver is okay, like it's passing, but I wish it was more white. I wish it wasn't like so muted. So for my upper brow, let's see what colors I have that I can do. I don't want to leave it bare. But I also don't want to put on a color that's going to clash. Okay, so we're going to go in with the Natasha Denona little palette. This is Peak. And we're going to go in with this fleshy shade right there. And I'm going to go just under my brow right there. So if you can see the difference, that's the nude, and this is with that fleshy shade. And I really don't like this look because it just ends so abruptly. So just take a little bit of that fleshy shade and just carefully place it. There we go. That looks better to me. Okay. Now for eyeliner, I have this really pretty silver. I could go in with like blue also, but I think I'm gonna try the silver. This is a Wet n Wild shade that was here for Halloween. It's actually really cute. It has 0 on it from Nightmare Before Christmas. And let me get a little bit closer. So if you guys watch my previous live streams, normally I do my eyeliner first. I lay down a little track, and the reason for that is because when you lay it down on top of your eye makeup, it gets a little muddied. And I don't like that. So that's why I always do my liner first. Today I didn't because I really didn't know what I was doing. It's always, this eye is tricky to do liner. Okay, so we're gonna let this first layer dry down. I forgot to do my wing on this side, so let's do that really quick. A little wing, a mini wing. Mini wing, it ends right where the eyeshadow ends. Okay, so we'll let that dry down. I'm not done with that, so I'll put that there. We're gonna go in with the second layer later. Okay, now let's do our brows. Let's go in with the Anastasia brow pen. If you guys watch my live streams, you guys know how much I hate this brow pen. Because it takes forever. And I don't think that the end result is that spectacular, especially for the price. I think this is like close to $30. Yeah, I don't even think anything's coming out at this point. A little bit. I just got this brow pen, like maybe 4 months ago, 3 months ago. And I freaking hate it. but I don't want to throw it away. Like, look at how long this is taking. Who has this kind of time? And then if I go in with like heavier strokes, then you can see the placement on the brow. You have to go in really, really light strokes. But nothing is happening. Look at how long this is taking. Yeah, that is why I hate this pen. No, it's still, liquid is still coming out. It's just gonna go in heavier, with heavier strokes on this side. I don't have that kind of patience. This brow looks like nothing's been done. I think this pen actually may be drying out, which is very disappointing because I've hardly used it and it's just a few months old. It's expensive. I won't be disappointed when it ends because then I can throw it away without feeling bad. Okay, maybe a little better. Let's see. Need a little bit more here. My poor eyebrows. My eyebrows don't grow anymore. So, gotta make do with the little hairs I have left. So that means lots of filling in. Okay. But you see how long this took? This should not take this long to do your brows. This is why I never use this brow pen. And even then, they don't look amazing. They don't look great. Okay. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Now, we're gonna go in. If I can find it. I'm gonna go in with a little concealer. So those are usually the spots I conceal. Not for everyone. Everyone needs brightness in a different area. And then I'm gonna just lightly and very carefully drag up. Right where my eyeshadow ends on this side. If you're gonna do that, you just gotta be real careful. Okay. Okay, that's blended in for the most part. We're not done blending today. We're still gonna do a little bit of bronzer. I usually don't ever do this much makeup. I don't ever do like a full face. I do drag my concealer up the side of my nose. I just feel like it kind of blends in a little bit. I don't really do it for the contouring reason, because my nose is already pretty small. I don't want to make it look any smaller. I do it because it just looks more natural when it flows up the side of the nose. Trying to fix that line right there from the card. There we go. It's looking better. And then a lot of people don't usually put concealer around their mouth, but I like to because my skin is darker here on the side. You can see it more here. And then I don't put concealer here or here like other people. I don't know, I just don't like that look. It's not for me. I do it sometimes, but very rarely will you see me doing that. Okay, now we're gonna go in with a little bronzer, and for that I just use a darker shade of foundation usually. So the foundation I have on right now is actually pretty dark. This is my summer shade. And then for today I'm going to be using this because it's very straight. So where I feather and blend in is very precise. And I like that. And we'll do this side. Just a little bit. Maybe a little dusting there. And then just under here, really quickly. I go through my natural structure and then drag down. And then let's do, what should we do now? Let's see. So let's do, I have this new Fenty Beauty. I got a little mini diamond balm at Beauty World, which I was so excited about because I was actually really wanting to try this. It's so sparkly, so pretty. And I think for a 4th of July look, this is perfect. So I'm gonna take a little bit on a big fluffy brush. A little bit, maybe a lot of it. And just press that onto the shadow that I already have. So I don't know if you guys can see the sparkle on this side versus this side. I can definitely see it here in my mirror. I love it. I love glitter. Yes. Yes. Now we're going places. Okay. I'm not done with that diamond balm. I'm going to use it. It's a highlighter. So I'm going to try using it as a highlighter today. It may be too sparkly and I may hate it, but probably not because I love sparkle. Okay, so let's go back to the eye. We're gonna go back in with that liquid liner, do a second coat. And that looks so much better already, this eye versus this one. Let me get a little bit more. Then we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Need a little bit more here on this corner. Okay. So we're done with that silver now. I'm not done with the eyeliner yet, but we're done with that silver. We'll let that dry. I have to be careful not to look up once that's drying. Okay. For blush today, I think I'm gonna go in. Should we try something new? Yeah, let's try something new. This is a thing I haven't used before, so I hope I don't regret it. But this is the, I got a little sample of this. It's the Bare Minerals Bronzer, which is a blush, liquid blush bronzer. This is in shade Kiss of Mauve. So, uh-oh, I put too much, I think. It's kind of like a, I don't know what I would describe that. Like a pinky nude. Okay, I have more on my fingers. I'm afraid to do too much. Okay, let's wipe that off. Wipe off the rest. And then okay. I think I actually could have done a little bit more and not wiped off what I had on my finger. But I've never used this before, so I wasn't sure. Actually, that's okay for me. I like my blush to be very subtle. And I always blush my nose. And then I always just dust a little blush under there too. Whatever's left. Because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it brings my face together a little bit more. So I've always done that. I will always do that probably. Okay. I'm liking it. Let's see. Now, let's go in with more Diamond Balm. Let's see. Okay, this is not the blush. This is not the brush for that. Let's just go in with my regular blush brush. Kind of wanted a more sparkly look than that. Let's get a little bit more. Okay, now we're getting places. Yes. So this side versus this side. I kind of want more. Let's do a little more. Okay, yeah. There we go. Mm-hmm. She's given highlight. Okay. I like it. This is my first time using this. I have wanted it, so I'm glad I got a little sample from Beauty World because this actually will last me for a long time. Yes, okay. And you know, it's like, it's different on my cheek where I'm like really blending it out versus on my eyelid where I didn't blend it out and I just placed it. It's more like glitter sparkle here. And then here, it's less glitter, but more shine, like more highlight. Like almost like the glitter broke down. Can you guys see, like there's like actual like dust on my eye. And then here, it's just highlight. Okay, love. Okay. That Diamond Balm, she slays. Let's do a little on the nose. I don't see any. Okay, but that's enough though. I don't want my nose to be so shiny. Everything else is very shiny. Okay, okay. I like her. Okay, now for the eyes, because I said I wasn't done. We're gonna go in with an Urban Decay. Now I have like a bunch of glitter everywhere. I can see. With an Urban Decay liquid liner for more glitter, because, you know, never enough glitter with me. And I'm just gonna be very careful and very light. The silver, because this glitter is clear, so it kind of needs a base so it can show up. So the liner kind of got muddied there. That's why I don't like to do liner over my eyeshadow. I didn't do it how I usually do it. Which is to lay the liner first and then do the eyeshadow and then go over again. That's how I usually do it, but I didn't know what I was doing today, so it's muddied there, but who cares? Okay, looking good. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my same concealer brush and fix the creasing. This one didn't crease as much as this one. So we're gonna fix that. And then we're gonna set. Gonna go in with a little puffy, a little feathery brush. Pick up some setting powder and do a little setting with that brush. Let me just empty some more of her. Okay. So now that she's placed, I'm gonna take a big brush. I've actually been using this blush brush because it sucks for blush. I don't like it for blush. This is one of the Morphe ones. I've been picking the setting powder up with that and pressing it in just like so. Put a little bit here. Like I said at the beginning of my live stream, I need my makeup to stay all day. David and I are going out to dinner tonight, and that won't be until 8. So we'll see if it stays. Okay. I'll just use the last little bit in my little lid up here. Take off a little bit more of that shine. And then a little bit more on my oily spots. Okay. Let's do mascara. If I had a red mascara, that'd be really nice. I have a blue one. I think we're gonna use her today. So gonna go in with my YSL, my fave. Okay. We have to be careful when we're doing our mascara at the end. Be careful not to touch anything. Okay. Let's do just a little bit. On that bottom lash. Okay. We'll let her dry down just a little bit. What can I do in the meantime? I guess I can let down my little hair, start fixing her. Okay. The hair is herring. I'm loving this highlighter. Okay, Fenty, I see you. Yes, I like. And then I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal. This is the blue one. This is just cobalt blue. And I'm going to do a little bit on the top, just on the tips of the lashes. And then I'm going to go in heavy on the bottom because I have done this liner and mascara combo before, and it looked really nice. Okay. So you guys can see a little of that blue right there. She looks better in person. Forgot I to turn that light on. I've been doing my makeup in the dark over here. Okay. I think I need a little bit more blue on this side. Let's do a little bit more. Okay. And then we have to do a red lip. Let's do red today. I think I already know what I want to use. So this is, I'm going to be using the NARS lip pencil. Yes. Let's do okay. I'm gonna fix up here a little bit. Hopefully I don't mess it up. I always struggle with this part. Okay. A little more right here. See? That's why I never go in to fix things, because then you always mess it up. Okay, that is the 4th of July look that I tested today. Let's get back a little bit. Okay. Let me fix her a little bit on this side. Okay, remember when you're doing your makeup, they're not going to be identical. But, you know, try to get as close as the same to the same. But I am loving it. Let's do a little curl. Now that my mascara is dry. Careful not to touch. Okay. Now we're done. So that is the look. I'm probably going to be doing this again because I'm not totally happy with this look. I wish I had more of like a white and not a silver. But that's the look for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.